We've been making tropical islands and watching them evolve.
We've been playing My Island by Cosmos Games.
Hi, I'm Julian and this is Libby and we are from BoxedMeeples.
We're here on an island and we thought what better place to talk about the new game My Island from Cosmos. It's a successor to My City, so also by Rainer Knizia, and has that lovely tile placement that you see in that game too.
So obviously this is a legacy game where you're opening up envelopes and the game evolves as you're playing, and while I'll be showing footage of the game, don't worry, we're not going to give too much away. So without further ado, let's talk about one of the 5 reasons we really enjoy playing this game.
So one of the things that I really appreciated to start with is you have all of these choice of tiles to place on your board at the beginning of the game, and although you have to start in certain places, it's really open. You can almost place every tile pretty much, and if you can't at the early stages, your opponent probably can't either. So you're very much on a even playing field. And you're there trying to maximise your points with the different places. You're sort of saving spots for good tiles. As the game progresses, it gets tighter and tighter, and that spot that you've reserved for the perfect tile still hasn't come up. And then it becomes this push your luck. Like, is that tile going to come up? Should I keep going in, or shall I just put something in it to fill up those spaces so I'm not losing points at the end of the game? And then when you get right towards the end, you are really getting to that stage where it's like, if that shape comes up, I've got nowhere to put it, nowhere at all. So I'm definitely losing points, but I just really want that one shape to turn. So do you wait and have one more turn? And then, of course, the moment you stop, that's when it turns up.
What I look for in a legacy game is a really compelling story. There's got to be a reason you keep on playing that game over and over again, and My Island really does have that. At the end of it, you're going to feel like you have an island that you've sculpted and created yourself, and each time you open it on these envelopes, you get that excitement of not quite knowing what's in there. Each one of those feels really diverse and interesting, and without giving too much away, quite unexpected. As you progress through the story, you really do reach an exciting conclusion that really ties everything together, and there is a sense that this is where it's headed to all along, even if you hadn't realised it. So the game you play at the beginning ends up feeling very different to the story you're seeing at the end of the game. It feels like there's a game with a load of expansions that's taking you on an epic adventure.
So as Julian suggests, the game does progress, and obviously it gets a little bit more complicated as you go along, but it's never so complicated that you can't easily pick it up. What it does wonderfully well is in each of these envelopes you kind of open up with an idea, cement that idea, and then really establish the idea in that third game. So when you're going from one envelope to the next envelope, introducing all these new ideas, which could be new techniques, new mechanisms, whatever it may be in the game, they all seem to come naturally to you because you're given them in little doses that just progress little by little as you go.
Now, I've often played legacy games which are particularly competitive, where someone gets ahead and you feel like you're never going to catch up. Well, that's not really the case of My Island. The winner gets a score, which means they've done well in that particular chapter, but then whoever comes second gets a little bonus, and that lasts for at least the length of the chapter you're playing, perhaps even longer. And that means that they've got an advantage in future chapters. So there's a nice little balancing mechanism, so it feels like you're always on a kind of level playing field. You might do particularly well in one chapter, but that doesn't mean you can do well for the entire game. And by the end of it, it does feel very balanced and playable.
Now, legacy games are notorious for not being able to be completed. Sometimes they take a lot of time, a lot of setup, and you start playing it with great intentions, and somehow you just never really get to the finish for whatever reason. But I think that along with My City, My Island is probably one of the easiest legacies to complete. So if you're new to legacy games, I would definitely think that this is a great place to start. And what makes it so easy is it is broken up into those envelopes of games that you can play a whole envelope, or you can break it down into these shorter games, which are probably half an hour to an hour, depending on the player count and how quickly or slowly you play. So they're quite quick, and also they set up on the table very quickly. You're not talking about having to set up thousands of pieces and to remember what the setup was like from the previous game and what items have you already collected. It doesn't really work like that. It's very easy to just get out the box, pop your board down, get out your pieces, and they have these lovely little pieces of information there, little boxes that tell you what the new scoring conditions are. So you're going to be scoring 1 point for this, you're going to be scoring minus points if this happens, you're going to be scoring different points for that, and on a nice little chart so you can remember exactly where you are from the previous game and just pick up and you're good to go.
The criticism often for legacy games is that you can only really play it once, and although this does last quite a length of time and you get really great value for money from the game, there's actually an eternal game. On the flip side of the board is a game you can play over and over again. Some of the pieces you're using might be slightly moderated, but hopefully that'll still remain balanced for, future gameplay. And also what's great is this is a 4-player game, so if you're playing it just with 2 players, there's a reset mode where you can take some stickers, reset the boards, and then play the game entirely new, the whole campaign again, with 2 players using different colours. So it's great you've got those options to get some real longevity from My Island.
So that's our 5 reasons why we've enjoyed My Island. We hope you can tell from this video whether it might be the game for you or not.
Yeah, it turns out it isn't just my city with hexagons. But do let us know in the comments down below what you're looking forward to most in My Island and if you think that's the game for you. And also, if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing and liking this video.
Yeah, we would love to hear from you. We are, as we said before, are BoxedMeeples, and we post videos 2 to 3 times a week, all about board games, but they're not all set on Mediterranean islands.
Thanks for watching.